If you are looking for plant-related Christmas gifts for your friends and family this year, stay tuned because I'm going to share my top picks for planty-themed Christmas gifts. So my first idea is going to be plant stands, and these come in all shapes and sizes, but I quite like these little ones here. They're quite easy to wrap to because they're not too large, but they come in all sorts of different designs. This one's got like a kind of mandala design, but these are really good because if you've got someone who already has plants and you just want to kind of give them something to help display them better, these are really good because they vary the heights of your plants and they enable the recipient to kind of make a more interesting display of the plants they've already got. This is another example. This one's kind of a wooden one, and yeah, I just think these are really good. And these ones in particular came from Homesense, which I believe is TJ Maxx in the USA and also TK Maxx in the UK. So yeah, you should be able to find something similar. And then of course you could always buy plant pots. Plant pots always come in handy, and you can find some really interesting ones around. It all depends on the person's taste, but you can get some really cool ones. This one's kind of like one of these bubble pots, and you can also get more kind of novelty pots like this little dinosaur. These are quite good for putting succulents in as well. And here's another example. I quite like these kind of glazed pots. I think they're a pretty good bet, really. I think most people tend to like these types of pots, or if you're not quite sure what type of pot they like, then maybe just do a little bit of a spy mission where next time you go around to their house, just have a little look at what kind of plants and pots they've got, and you might get a bit of an idea about what they're into. Another idea is to get them one of these. This is a moisture meter, and I absolutely swear by this. It tells you when a plant needs watering, when it's dry and when it's not. And these are great for both beginners and also experienced plant parents. Yeah, I just find these really useful, and I think they make great gifts too. You could even kind of gift it together. You make a little planty hamper with other things like other garden tools, for example trowels and maybe a potting mat, a watering can, you know, things like that. You could put them all into a little kind of hamper, which would also make quite a nice gift idea. Another idea is spray bottles, and these are really useful. I use loads of these. I have more than one because I like to have them full up ready with my chosen pest spray, and yeah, I just go around spraying my plants with them. But these make really great gifts. They're really inexpensive, and as I mentioned before, you could add one of these to some other gardening tools, you know, maybe get some shears or something as well and put them in, and yeah, just make a little kind of gardening kit. Something that I think people will always appreciate are propagation vessels, and these come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. These are the kind of the glass mushroom ones, which are kind of cool. Yeah, and these were actually being sold as drinking glasses, so think outside the box a bit when it comes to propagation vessels. You'll often find them kind of being labelled as something else, but in actual fact you can kind of repurpose them for propagation vessels. These ones are kind of pretty. They don't have to be clear. These kind of things also work well. This is just like a little cactus vase, and yeah, you can propagate in these too. It doesn't have to be clear. Lots of people like clear containers because they can watch the roots grow, but they don't have to be. And yeah, it just opens up the possibilities once you know that you could get all sorts of weird and wonderful things to propagate plants in. And talking of propagations, you could very well give your loved one one of your own propagations, like this one I have here. So you could leave it in the glass, a pretty glass jar like this, for them to pot up themselves and say, you know, this is one of my propagations. And that's quite a special gift as well, because you've obviously nurtured this propagation for them and then you've given it to them as a gift, or if you prefer, you could also pot it up as well and give them a potted up propagation. But I think this is just a really nice way of kind of giving it a real nice personal kind of gift to someone. Another really cool idea is houseplant books, and yeah, most people who are into houseplants are also going to love reading about the subject. There are lots of different ones that you can get depending on their kind of level and their interest. There's one there about cactus and succulents, and yeah, there are loads and loads of books available. So if you just go either to your local bookshop or Amazon or something and type in houseplant book, yeah, or look in the gardening section, I guarantee you there'll be lots and lots of options there for you. Lots of people are not quite sure whether to get plants for people for Christmas. I think it's okay to get plants if you get certain ones. For example, Philodendron Brazil. This one's a really easy care plant, so if you were getting it for someone who's not necessarily into plants and that you just want to get them something that's going to be really easy care, Philodendron Brazil is a really good bet. I could highly recommend this one. It does thrive on neglect, so yeah, this is definitely a good one for people who are going to be a little bit neglectful and forget to water their plant. Another good bet is going to be any kind of Aglaonema. This one's called the Aglaonema White Joy, but these are really good for both beginners and experienced plant parents. They tend to be well loved by everyone, and yeah, the reason I recommend these is because they're just really, really easy, so they are really suitable for anyone, and they also come in so many different amazing colours, and I think they make really awesome gifts. Really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching. Take care.